Hello everyone, welcome to week 5. You are over halfway done with this class, so that hopefully is encouragement to you. You're getting close to your summer break and being able to relax knowing that school will be over. Concordia, your own education will be taking a break, so hopefully that is a positive for you. I hope that this week has been a week that you've been able to find um, things to be joyous about. My pastor today talked about joy and finding the joy in all moments, even when there's challenging moments around you. So I hope that you are able to find joy. If you're struggling with it, look for the simple things as the reminders there. With that being said, let's kick into this week and discuss what's the focus this week. So the focus of this week is acculturation. Simplest of terms, acculturation is the influence of one culture onto another. This week, the focus will definitely be on the white man, the white culture, being forced onto everywhere in the United States. When you watch the video, you'll understand what I mean by that. With the white culture being influenced everywhere throughout the United States and even points of the world. With that acculturation, there's an effect that is expected to have, I don't want to use the word assimilation, but really having that expectation of this is how you should act, this is how you're expected to be in a one nation or one view component. With that, in the discussion of acculturation, there are two things that are expected for this week, and one is a reading and one is a video. The reading is actually a research study on the influence of acculturation and inculturation of Mexican American high school students and the decision to apply to college. It's an interesting article. I will again share with you, it is a research article, so you will have research statistics being given, but just looking at it, its closing of its discussion, its findings, and then just setting that foundation to understand where they're coming from as the researchers. It's really an interesting article. Don't want to give away too much, let you enjoy a little bit of it, but it really is going to bring up that idea of acculturation and then the inculturation of, again, what's your heritage inculturation? What are the terms you use in your cultures for an individual as well? So no, that's the article. It'll say it's about 12 pages, but again, reference pages and things like that towards the end. It's a good solid 8 pages, 9 pages of reading that you'll find. The video for this week is part 2 of Race is an Illusion. It will be sorry, I clicked over it so you can see it's the Stories We Tell is the title of the piece, and it really gets into the conversation that's going on right now about Black Lives Matter and the idea that we, in looking at the history of the United States, and going even earlier past when the nation was formed, but looking at when people were coming to the colonies and the formation of the colonies, how there's been a divide, this creation of the divide in race. And again, don't want to give away too much, but it really is going to bring what the conversation is in our nation right now, the idea of equality and what's been done to make sure it's not equal for all individuals, especially white privilege, the white individual, coming out throughout our whole nation, and justifications for it. It's amazing to hear those justifications and seeing how this history makes our nation, makes who we are. I think it's very relevant for today and understanding where we come from. For those of us that, like myself, being Caucasian or white, knowing that privilege or what that tone was that was set as a nation early on, even though we might have civil rights that have tried to say all men are equal, whether race, creed, beliefs, sorry, creed is not the right word, beliefs, So another great conversation to make us reflect as individuals or understand why this um, un, unsettledness in our nation and what's being just for all and being equal for all. So a great conversation. It's about an hour-long video. We'll bring up Native Americans as well, and even going a little bit deeper, making the science connection that it did at the times in the early 1900s. Interesting video. So those are the two components, the reading and the video. I encourage you as always, the Christian message comes from Ezekiel 47:22. Just know that we're again all children of God. God created us all. We are all in His image. Again, we all have those slight differences about us, but that's not because of a race. It's a subtle genetic piece that God has created in us. So I just encourage you to reflect on that Christian message. So the discussion board for the week. So you're going to notice there's two different items for the discussion board. The first one is having you reflect on the video for the week, the stories we tell, talking about acculturation and acculturation, I'm sorry, and your reflection on it. So the timing of all this is so appropriate for what's going on in our nation and conversations. So I'm very curious to hear from you. Again, respect those views of each other, encourage each other like you have been doing. It's been amazing to read your discussion boards each week and see the words of encouragement that you give, or the words that say, I might disagree, but these are the pieces that I disagree with in a respectful way. So thank you, keep that up. So this week also has your group presentation assignment that's due. So that's the second discussion board. So discussion board 5.1 is the reflection on the video. 5.2's discussion board is actually that by that Thursday night, one member of each group who will post their presentation onto the discussion board. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, everybody needs to go in and reflect on two presentations that are not your own, to give something that you've learned or acquired from seeing those slides and reading what's been put onto those slides, educating us again about how to support our diverse cultures that we have at our schools. So again, that is due Thursday, and then Sunday, again, one member of the group submitting the final group presentation up onto the Blackboard for assignment number 4. It will be graded, and you will get your grades in week 6 for that. So that's assignment number 4. Just that reminder to you, I'm going to click it open right now. It really is you as a group, and you should be working on this. How do you communicate with your community, your school community, about a particular topic? You know, what is it that the school community, all community members possibly need to know, or maybe a select group of parents thinking, again, you're a Title I school. What is it that you want to give information about? Is it about a resource or a new program that's happening? So again, you will use the idea that everybody's responsible for a key number of slides. Again, thinking that it would be about a 10-minute presentation, a minute or so on each slide, 10 to 15 minutes presentation. But really, again, identify a topic that you need to explore in your groups, however you're presenting, create it, and then really looking at how you will engage and educate that school community. Very, very, very important here. I just want to make sure that you're going down this and seeing that you introduce the topic in the title slide, that you, again, have a description or the priority of the need for whatever the topic is, the community and school resources that are available to support whoever you're presenting to, and an activity using effective communication to educate the stakeholders. So part of that might be multimedia or a video embedded those pieces. And again, making sure your slides are clearly communicated, that the information can be understood from your slide. Also remember with that though, your slide shouldn't just be full of text. That can be overwhelming, and maybe the message is lost in that. And then again, slides being about 15 slides to 20 slides, and how you break that apart in your group. Making sure that you do cite some of your research that you've done for this, whether it was reading from a website of an organization, reading from an article of those pieces. That can be either embedded on the slide that it's being discussed or saved at the end as well. So something that is just important that you go through this rubric to make sure that you're following all the criteria expectations. So that is what is due this week. Thursday, one member will post it onto the discussion board. Sunday evening, the same member or another member will finally put the presentation up, submit it up onto Blackboard under submit assignments. I would like to remind you, please, if you're using Google Slides, I do need you to submit a PDF version of it, not the link to Google Slides. Or if you want to give me the link in your comments, but also submit the PDF version of it. That's very, very important, so that way I have access to it to be able to grade it. PowerPoint files should be able to be uploaded, or you can create those into a PDF version as well. Just knowing up at weeks coming up, we're going to get into our signature assignment. I feel like right now I just want to leave you with staying focused on your group assignment, and maybe I'll give either a video later this week or just save it for next week's startup video to get a little more into that signature assignment. You're going to be doing some research, reflecting, and planning out something for your school or for your class, another connection to educating our community and being able to address the needs of our community. I hope that you have a blessed week, that if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. I look forward to seeing your presentations on by Thursday evening up on the discussion board. And please call, text, or email. Have a good week. God bless.